So this is the relative strength of the major currencies for or going into April. This is a moving average ranking system that I came up with, depending on where price is relative to the 50, 100, 200 simple moving average, and depending on the order of the moving averages, I give it a value anywhere from -7 to 7. And this is how I used to determine which Forex pairs that I wanted to trade. Um, Ideally, you want to trade the strongest against the weakest. Um, and because I was swing trading Forex, this really helped. So let's get into the report for this month. Okay, so we're going to go to the charts. And the first currency is the Aussie dollar. So you can see prices below the 50, 100, and 200. So if we go to the metric, prices below the 50, the 100, and 200. So we assign that a -1. And then the orientation of the moving averages, in this case, we assign it a 3. So in this case, it is a 2 for the Aussie. All right. Next on the list, the British pound. See, price is above the 50, 100, 200. If we go to the metric, price is above the 50, 100, and 200. So above all three moving averages, that's a 4. The orientation of the moving averages, a 3 in this case. So we assign that a 7. Okay, next on the list is the Canadian dollar. So price closed between the 100 and the 50. And the orientation of the moving averages, you have the 200, the 100, and the 50. Again, price is between the 100 and the 50. So if we go to the charts, this is going to be the orientation of the moving averages, and prices between the 50 and the 100. So that is a -3, and then the orientation of the moving averages is a -3, so that is a -6 for the, what was it, the Canadian dollar? Yes. And that kind of makes sense, right? Canadian dollar is tied to oil, so it's positively correlated to oil. Oil has been in a downtrend over the last 6 to 9 months, so that kind of makes sense, right? All right, let's go to the next one. It's the euro. Price is above the 50, 100, and 200, so that should be a 7. Price is above the 50, 100, 200. 4 plus 3, 7. Okay, next on the list is the Japanese yen. Price is above the 50, 100, 200, so that's a 7. Okay, next on the list is the New Zealand dollar. this up a bit so we can see that the 50 is still above the 100. So the orientation of the moving averages, we have the 50, 100, 200 prices between the 100 and the 200. So if we go to the ranking system, prices between the 100 and 200. So we give that a 2 plus 3, so that's 5. Okay, last on the list, the Swiss franc. So prices above the 50, 100, and 200, so that's a 7. Okay, so if we rearrange, let's see here. Okay, if we rearrange from the hottest to the lowest, we can see a similar relative strength relative to February. We do see a change of 1 plus 1. The yen has actually increased from a 2 to a 7. The Canadian dollar remains the weakest. And this kind of makes sense, right? Over the past couple of months, we've seen the dollar reach a high and then start to decline. So the dollar is traded against a basket of currencies, of which these are the major currencies. So what I would do with this list from here is say, okay, I want to trade the pound, euro, Swiss franc, yen against the Canadian dollar or against the Aussie. Again, if I was swing trading, which is what I was doing with Forex. Now, when you're day trading Forex, well, in this case, you would have to go to maybe a 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart. But the basis is very similar. And I'll probably do a video kind of looking at the pairs of the pound or euro or yen against the Canadian dollar this week. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully you can appreciate the relative strength moving average ranking. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.